You got into the safety business because you wanted to protect people, but somewhere along the way, the job started controlling your time, your schedule, your priorities, even your income potential. What if the expertise you've built over the years in the field can give you something more? More freedom, more control, more ownership of your future. I'm Sheldon Primus, the author of 7 Steps to Starting a Profitable Safety Consulting Business and the host of the Safety Consultant Podcast, with more than 350 episodes helping safety professionals become consultants and grow their career. Consulting changed my life. In fact, I'm a full-time RVer, and one consulting contract paid for my home I live in today. Now, I help safety professionals build their own consulting practice through bi-weekly coaching calls, accountability, and personal guidance. But this program isn't for everyone. Start with the Consultant Readiness Audit at sheldon.coach.
What if everything we thought we knew about safety was just interference? From the host of the Rated R Safety Show and the founder of Safety FM comes the complete Signal Transmission Trilogy, now available in one powerful edition. Safety, in my opinion, the book that started the conversation. Safety Mutation, where the boundaries of culture, systems, and belief begin to break. And now, Safety Transmission, the final piece of the signal. For the first time, all 3 books are together in one volume. The Signal Transmission Trilogy, Complete Edition. This isn't just about compliance. It's about consciousness. It's about decoding the way we think, lead, and live, inside and outside the system. Whether you've been following the signal since the beginning or you're just now tuning in, this is the version to own. Search Signal Trilogy on Amazon or visit safetyfm.com to get your copy now.
And here we are into hour 2 of Safety Wars. I'm going to issue a warning for everybody here. Warning? What do you mean? Why would we need a warning for what we're doing about safety? Well, hour 2, which we rarely ever go into. No, recently we haven't gone into it. But I'm all amped up, and we haven't been on the air here. So for hour 2, we go into politics. We go into things that are a little bit more controversial, sort of like with Jay Allen on the Rated R Safety Show on the flagship program on Safety FM and Radio Big. He goes into different topics and different questions and things, and also gives music. I don't know. Eventually, I'm planning on releasing an album here with all the music of Safety Wars, and we'll figure things out from there. Going on from there with that. So, all right, now, all right, now we're there. Okay. I don't even know how to start here with the politics. So there was a lot of stuff going on here today with the news conference and everything else, I should say the cabinet meeting that the president held. We're going to be going into that later on. But one of the things, and that's been out there has been long-term effects of COVID, right? My opinion was mismanaged from day one. I've been screaming since the anthrax cleanups in October 2001. We're not prepared for this. And then it caught on later on. We're not prepared for this. We're not prepared for this. We're not prepared from a whole cacophony of voices we could go out there. And what happened? 2019, And what's even scarier is that people had predicted a pandemic was going to hit. First, starting with a superbug of the flu, late 2000s, and then later on, they said the powers that be, there would be another superbug out there, and it turned out to be COVID. Coincidence or not, I don't know. Glitch in the matrix here with everything. So here we have something else, right? And I remember when I was about 12 or 13 years old, early 1980s, we were told that the rainforests were being destroyed in Central and South America, specifically Brazil. There was even an article, an album by Roger McGuinn, early 90s, The Trees Are All Gone, with that, right? I'm calling from Rio de Janeiro, that sort of that. I forget the whole album, but it had a whole bunch of good songs on there, collaborations with Tom Petty, as if memory serves me right. And, right, anyway, the big thing, that was an example and everything else. But what could you do? You could go out and, rather than get paper products, we're going to go and we're going to have this revolution, and we're going to use plastic bags. And we are going to also go out there and we're also going to go to a paperless society so we don't have to cut down trees. And we also are going to go to all this other stuff. And what do you think happened? Now we're dealing with a microplastic problem all over the place. So trees are a renewable resource. Plastic, if you're a believer in the abiotic oil theory, which might have a lot of truth, again, oil is a renewable thing. So here we have all this microplastic pollution and everything else. Now with COVID, with the mask mandates and the disposable masks here, we might have another issue. So this is, again, from studyfinds.org, reviewed by John Ander, research by Jiu Ho, Zhejiang Normal University. What's an abnormal university? I don't know. Scientists converted discarded medical masks into carbon quantum dots that help break down PET plastic found in bottles and packaging. The mass-derived catalysts broke down nearly 40% of pre-treated plastic particles in 6 hours. They worked even better in seawater than fresh water. Plastic needs energy-intensive pretreatment before the system can work on it. The process transformed two environmental problems, mask waste and microplastic pollution, into a potential solution while producing chemical building blocks that can be reused. So this is a good thing here. Remember, all those disposable masks we went through during the pandemic, billions of them ended up in landfills. I'm still finding them all over the freaking place where I go. Right? I carry around rubber, nitrile gloves so I can pick this stuff up and do my part in cleaning up the environment. Right? Scientists in China have devised a tool capable of breaking down plastic pollution with the help of those masks, offering a novel way to turn that pandemic trash into something useful. Researchers discovered they could transfer discarded medical masks into tiny particles called carbon quantum dots. When mixed with a couple of other materials, these dots create a substance that can decompose PET plastic, the stuff used in water bottles, food containers, and synthetic clothing. After 6 hours under a strong UV lamp, their mass-based mixture broke down nearly 40% of the pre-treated plastic particles they tested. Might not sound like total destruction, but again, it helps. All right, to do. So, what they did, they cut up waste masks, soaked the pieces in alcohol, and heated everything to 200 degrees Celsius for 12 hours. That's 414 degrees Fahrenheit, 1415 degrees Fahrenheit. Memory serves me right. Something like 214. For something like that. Out came these glowing blue carbon dots. Mix those with two other compounds, shine some light on the whole thing, and suddenly you got a plastic eating machine. It was published in the Acta Psycho, right? So I tell you what, I guess you could. I wonder if you can run it through multiple times. That would be my question. Again, good thing here, right? And now, here's our other question. This is a little bit more complicated, but this has to be. Hold on. This is the other thing here. Right? Did the U.S. commit a war crime in the Caribbean? Here's what we know. Right, and this is from CNN. The U.S. military has killed 83 people and counting in unprecedented military attacks. And again, Hegseth denies knowing anything, and apparently everything is being blamed on a Navy admiral. We'll have more information on Thursday when Congress looks into this. No, they may clear things up. So they're calling this. The Washington Post reported last week that Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth gave an order to kill. I don't know if this is true or not. He's saying this is not true. The military carried out a double-tap strike after the vessel was apparently disabled and appeared. There were two survivors on board. And in military terms, this means a double tap can be practice of following an initial attack with a second strike. Now, I did a little bit of research here because this sounded something familiar. What's the legal justification for this? And I'm not justifying any of this from the administration at all. Let me put it out there. But one of our superpowers here on Safety Wars, right, for the safety warrior, is to try to see the other side, right? So what happens? There is a thing, and this started out probably a long time ago, but when they first started to publicize that, they do. And the they is the government and the military, things of that nature, and not only the U.S. military. Signature strike, they call it. And that's the legal justification that they are used. So what's the signature strike? This is the exact term used for U.S. drone strikes based on patterns of behavior rather than confirmed identity. A signature refers to a set of behaviors, right? Carrying weapons, meeting with known militants, travel patterns. In this case, drugs, apparently drugs, that suggest someone is an insurgent or hostile actor. It was used extensively in Pakistan, Yemen, and Somalia. Targets are chosen based on behavioral indicators, not necessarily knowing their names. Maybe if we remember this, right? This seems like what's going on with ICE with at least some of these raids. People are getting wrapped up in here with things. A similar construct. Why is it controversial? Innocence. Right? People are innocent. So what do they try to do? Daily movements, associates, communications, observed activities, location patterns, right? And they use all this stuff. A broader military intelligence term means that the actor is targeted because of an observed behavior, not declared affiliation. What's that used for? Behavior-based targeting. It's used for special operations, maritime interdictions. I think blowing up suspected drug boats would qualify at that. Counterterrorism in the Caribbean and Latin America. There's been some reports out there from what I've read on there, again, unable to verify this, that this whole thing going down in Venezuela has very little to do with drugs. It does have to do with other things going on down there. Cyber operations with that. Those generally classified under counter-narcotics, right? What are we talking about? There's in the Caribbean, right? There are generally classified under counter-narcotics operations or counter-transnational organized crime, but targeting based on behavior still falls under the umbrella of behavior-based targeting. When did this start? The origins were under George W. Bush in 2000, right here after 9/11, and It was in 2008, the Bush administration, under the CIA, started experimenting with targeting based on patterns of behavior to see if it would work. They went after Pakistan's tribal regions, right? And then Taliban and Al-Qaeda fighters. So these are all highly classified, limited in scope, and considered experimental and often conducted by the CIA rather than the military. It was expanded under Barack Obama. 2009 to 2016, as a reminder, is when he was in office. So major changes was that authorized signature strikes in Pakistan, Yemen, and Somalia, allowed targeting based on pattern of life analysis, and created the disposition matrix, a system for identifying threats. Increased drone strikes from fewer than 50 under Bush to several hundred per year at its peak. Obama was risk-averse to U.S. troop casualties. We all remember this. We lived through this. And favored drones as a low-cost, low-risk alternative to ground combat. But what were the controversies? Hitting groups of military-aged males without confirmed identity, collateral casualties, illegal questions about due process, including for U.S. citizens. And then Obama had some imposed some stricter resistance and everything else, and the program did not end. Under the Trump administration, it transferred some of the, loosened some of the restrictions, but allowed commanders a little bit more autonomy and reduced reporting requirements, expanded strikes in Somalia dramatically, right? And there was less oversight. According to most sources out there, I don't know that to be true or not. I'm just going by what I have read and what I've looked up in this. So under the Biden administration, it was suspended for review and then reinstated similar to Obama era stuff, and shifted many operations back to high-level approval only. And why do they have that? Right? Terrorist networks operating anonymously, right? CIA had expansive surveillance, but it limited human intelligence and political pressure to avoid U.S. troop casualties. All this is right. Again, very little risk for Blue Water Navy to go out and target this stuff from way out there, is my understanding. So, again, lower risk. Why are we doing it? More Americans are killed from drugs than were in terrorist attacks. That's basically it. And with that, so again, are the drug fatalities coming from illicit drugs from Venezuela? Yeah, they are. However, Mexico, stuff coming up from Mexico, right, kills more people because of the fentanyl. And let me tell you, there is not a family out there that has not been affected by this.
From the front lines of the safety war.
And again, we're doing the harsh reality
Jim Posel
here
on Safety FM.
with this. So let's take a brief break with some commercials here, and we'll go from there. So.
Strapped tight, ain't no joke. Gotta hold steady, can't let it choke. Don't rock the safety boat. Keep it smooth, keep it afloat. Dance on that, but don't provoke. Don't rock the safety boat. Don't rock the safety fast dicks getting slick. Moonlight flashing shadows play their tricks. Hold the line, baby, don't let it split. One wrong move and we're in the thick. Steady hand, steady heart. Don't let the rhythm fall apart. Don't rock the safety boat. Keep it smooth, keep it afloat. Dance all night but don't provoke. Don't rock the safety boat. 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 Shake it loose but hold the rails. Groove so hard it tips the scales. Feel the beat beneath your feet, but don't let it knock you off your seat.
What if everything we thought we knew about safety was just interference? From the host of the Rated R Safety Show and the founder of Safety FM comes the complete signal transmission trilogy, now available in one powerful edition. Safety, in my opinion, the book that started the conversation. Safety Mutation, where the boundaries of culture, systems, and belief begin to break. And now, Safety Transmission, the final piece of the signal. For the first time, all three books are together in one volume. The Signal Transmission Trilogy, Complete Edition. This isn't just about compliance. It's about consciousness. It's about decoding the way we think, lead, and live, inside and outside the system. Whether you've been following the signal since the beginning or you're just now tuning in, this is the version to own. Search Signal Trilogy on Amazon or visit safetyfm.com to get your copy now.
All right, so we're going to get into something I've never touched here. However, I've read this here for this. No, I've read the, and it's not available here on, behind the paywall and everything else here. So, University of Oklahoma, OU, right? There was an assignment, apparently in an advanced psychology course, where a student, Samantha Fulnecki, was given a assignment. It was like a reactions thing. Here, read this article. Let me know what you think about it. 650 words or more. And it was worth 25 points. I don't know how much of a grade this would be worth. And the instructor gave her a 0 out of 25 and is now on administrative leave because it was the assignment was reacting to how people are perceived based on a societal expectation of gender. I'm not going to go into the whole thing here. And basically, the woman argued, the young lady argued for traditional roles. And apparently, right, and I guess we all fell into the trap with the people I dealt with back in the late 80s, early 90s, where you're trying to go and figure things out for yourself, right? Right. But the thing is, you have a problem expressing yourself. Very difficult. And remember, when you're dealing with a professor, even in this case, it was apparently a graduate assistant of some sort. Name of the Mel Kurth, who is involved, right, is and it mentions this gender roles in society, and it does matter to this story where this was a transgendered professor who had obviously strong opinions, everyone's opinion, right? And this student had called had been very critical of people who are identify as transgender. She got a 0 out of 25. Now, on the surface, that's how it was reported. Was she got this, and it was this, and evil and demonic, and this and that, and the teacher got upset because, or the professor got upset because this was took offense to it. And after reading the essay, I don't know if she deserved a 0. However, the professor knew that there was going to be a problem. Wrote a thing, hey, look, this is supposed to be about empirical data, critical thinking, and everything else. And you're not really showing that in your essay. And I don't know the whole context here, what all the other assignments were, but I have a tendency, big shock here, we're going to shock everybody. I have to agree with the professor on an empirical level. And I've taught at universities, at a university. So this is not really wasn't a well-written, well-explained essay here. If they were looking for empirical data and everything else and critical thinking, meaning A leads to B, leads to C, leads to D, and then a conclusion, I think the essay was lacking in that, my opinion. Now, often what happens, right, these graduate assistants go and they give things to their supervisor or to a colleague, and they say, well, look, is this really, now what do you think about this? Another professor concurred on this, that she did not meet the assignment. I don't know if I would have given her a 0, but it wouldn't have been a 25 out of 25. So with that, and no, it's available online behind a paywall on the Oklahoman website. But if you're going to go and you're going to, right? She said, well, they use the Bible. This could have been this could have been written a little bit differently. So, look, people tend, right, especially in undergraduate school, and I assume that this young woman is about 20, 21, 19, in that age range, you're still figuring things out. You're not going to be able to articulate things. And part of the reasons why, you go to college is to learn to articulate things. And I don't feel that her essay didn't really articulate something. So what I would have done, how would Jimmy have written this? I would have said, and I didn't read, they don't link the original article. They were supposed to comment on it, at least as far as I can concern. 1, people believe certain things because of often a religious upbringing, or what your socioeconomic group is, or whatever. And they use this to justify what that is, whether we agree with it or not. It could be the Bible, it could be the Quran, it could be the Torah, it could be any number of religious texts that are out there. All right, and that's the norm for that group of people. And right, and with it, and then she could have built on that type of a situation and citing perhaps other things and empirical data. It's very hard to write a 650-word essay on that. And this is what the beliefs are, and go on and have a logical argument. I don't think that really did that with that. And I'm going to be watching this and see how this goes on there. with that. And again, if you're going to be a professor or you're going to be a teacher, you have to be fair. The proper way of doing the investigation, Jimmy's opinion, would have been to go and get everybody's papers, everybody's assignments in that class, and see what kind of other arguments were out there. That's how you do an investigation. You find out what the other arguments, what everybody else did, and what were their scores. And maybe, hey, A leads to B, leads to C, leads to D. Were those cogent arguments? What kind of arguments were they having? And I think that's where the investigation needs to go, to be truly fair with that. And it just irks me that nobody, it's gotten to the point, regardless of what your opinion is on transgender policy, right? You have to go out there and you have to put up logical arguments. So, and this is unfortunately where the right wing often fails. Now, what's going on now is this tribalism and everything, which is the same thing, and it's happening on both sides, where you have people on the left that are unhinged, on some of this stuff, going along with the crowd and everything else. But you have people on both sides doing this. They're unhinged. And these are the people who are screaming and yelling rather than going out and discussing things. I think if we go all discuss things and have a dialogue and be reasonable, we would not have these issues here. And everybody likes that. Now, there's reasons for tribalism and everything is because it gets the adrenaline going and you feel good and and all those feel good chemicals in your brain. And what I'm saying is you got to resist that. You're not going to be a strong person if you don't resist that. And there are appropriate times where you have to do that, but not every freaking day. We're going to drive ourselves nuts here. Okay. What else? Mm-hmm. Again, do your research, do your homework on all this stuff. Here on this, right? So this is from the Epoch Times. Michael and Susan Dell pledged $6.25 billion to seed Trump accounts for 25 million children. The gift will fund $250 in deposits for children aged 10 and under who were born prior to the January 21st, 2025 qualifying date to receive $1,000 from the government. So, again, give people a little bit of a nest egg. Right? Hopefully you put it in high interest things. So, again, billionaires Michael and Susan Dell have led $6.25 billion to help 25 million American children open up newly created investment accounts under President Donald Trump's Invest in America initiative. The Dell's gift, announced today, will fund $250 deposit. We just mentioned this. And intended to encourage families to activate a new child investment accounts authorized under Trump signatures One Big Beautiful Bill Act. And it is expected to reach nearly 80% of American children aged 10 and under across 75% of zip codes. All accounts are professionally managed and invested in diversified index funds designed to grow over time. Children born on or after January 1st will automatically receive $1,000 Treasury deposit at birth. Again, while families and community members may contribute $5,000. So this is like a 529 program that's opened up to everything. Again, investing in the children a little bit. So let's go into some of the other, I don't know about that. So, have you heard about this one? Here we have Sean Duffy. He urges passengers to dress better and be more polite while flying during the busiest Thanksgiving ever. This is from last week. Ever see the pictures of people flying in the 1960s, 1950s, early 1970s? People are dressed to the nines getting on a plane when they're traveling. What do you see today? Nowadays? Well, it ain't if I would have appreciated that people even fire retardant clothing, but that's me. Right? Another safety thing. Well, that's often what I wear. The Transportation Secretary, Sean Duffy, urged, the fashionable ones, not the coveralls. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy urged the public to be more polite and wear nicer attire during the busiest Thanksgiving travel thing. There is a Department of Transportation launch of a civility campaign. Duffy rallied against rowdy passengers to take off their shoes on flights and put their bare feet up on the chair, had them calling the public to be cognizant and courteous. We've seen maybe a degradation in civility in the airspace, Duffy told reporters. I think you don't get a better result unless you ask for it. So encouraging that. Again, here, and I see this when I flight. Let's try not to wear slippers and pajamas as we come here. If we can help someone as we get on the aircraft that might need help putting their bag in an overhead bin, you're a little stronger, a little buffer. You've been lifting, stand up and offer to grab that bag and put it up for someone. Yeah, I do that all the time. Again, this is the Catholic school upbringing I had. Catholic high school, which is where I was last Tuesday, for the reunion. So they felt that if you're dressed professionally, we were dressed what we would now call business casual for everything, you get better behavior out of people, and people take learning a little bit more seriously. Maybe some of the same types of thing. And you see this in out there, right? Look at me, safety wars. I know, I'm wearing the shirt, but I don't know. Maybe it's a whole thing. Maybe they had a point in Catholic school. Anyway, that's what I got for tonight. We'll be doing more stuff. We'll be doing like EPA updates on the next thing. So for Safety Wars, this is Jim Polzel, and I will catch you later in the week.
You got into the safety business because you wanted to protect people, but somewhere along the way, the job started controlling your time, your schedule, your priorities, even your income potential. What if the expertise you've built over the years in the field can give you something more? More freedom, more control, more ownership of your future. I'm Sheldon Primus, the author of 7 Steps to Starting a Profitable Safety Consulting Business and the host of the Safety Consultant Podcast, with more than 350 episodes helping safety professionals become consultants and grow their career. Consulting changed my life. In fact, I'm a full-time RVer, and one consulting contract paid for my home I live in today. Now, I help safety professionals build their own consulting practice through bi-weekly coaching calls, accountability, and personal guidance. But this program isn't for everyone. Start with the Consultant Readiness Audit at sheldon.coach.
What if everything we thought we knew about safety was just interference? From the host of the Rated R Safety Show and the founder of Safety FM comes the complete Signal Transmission Trilogy, now available in one powerful edition. Safety, in my opinion, the book that started the conversation. Safety Mutation, where the boundaries of culture, systems, and belief begin to break. And now, Safety Transmission, the final piece of the signal. For the first time, all 3 books are together in one volume. The Signal Transmission Trilogy, Complete Edition. This isn't just about compliance. It's about consciousness. It's about decoding the way we think, lead, and live, inside and outside the system. Whether you've been following the signal since the beginning or you're just now tuning in, this is the version to own. Search Signal Trilogy on Amazon or visit safetyfm.com to get your copy now.